trouble.
Those are the mistakes that Boise State has to avoid in this game. They had a lot of early turnovers in that loss at San Diego State. And keep in mind, this is one of the youngest teams in the conference. Half of their scoring comes from freshmen.
UNLV, a team that, we've talked about both at shoot-around, Kelly, and, with the coaches. This is a team that's not even receiving votes right now. They're 16-2. They were in the tournament last year. They're 6-0 in the conference. And it's kind of a travesty to me that they're not even receiving votes at this point.
They're so deserving. This is a really good veteran team.
Three-pointer on the wing.
Outside of Frescas, the sharpshooter. She had 6 3-pointers in that win on Saturday night.
Whistle, offensive foul away from the basketball. It's going to be on Lalott.
Razo Frescas, you can't give her an inch of space. She is so good from beyond the arc, and she's really found her touch in the last 2 games.
Razo Frescas kind of struggling early on in the season, shooting from downtown, but she was one of the best three-point shooters in the country last year. Look at a nice backdoor cut. Flucks again, go to the backdoor. Justice Etheridge right there.
That's the underrated part of UNLV, the passing that they make by their bigs, Alyssa Brown no less.
So 6:44 to play here first quarter. Take another look at that play.
This is just pretty. Look at this. No-look pass to Justice Etheridge. And again, it's the off-ball movement of Justice Etheridge. That's the second time we've seen her do that.
Rebels on a 7-0 run as they lead at 9-6. Boise State got out to that early lead. We talked quite a bit with the Broncos today in shoot-around. One of the things they struggle with is they have the pieces and they can do things offensively, but there's times in the game where they have single-digit quarters or where the first 4 minutes of the second half, first 4 minutes of the first half, where they don't get the offensive firepower they're looking for.
They can't find offense, and they don't have that one player yet necessarily who can go create her own shot. So they have to really work together with each other to try and get high percentage looks.
Zira Young committing the foul there here a second ago. This is Muse looking inside to Trista Hull. We get a whistle, offensive foul called against the Broncos.
Well, just a little bit out of control, got her with the elbow. Nice job by UNLV establishing that position inside. Young really also doing a nice job selling it.
A bit shaken up there, got hit in the face. She went down. 6:27 to go here first quarter. Take a look at the turnover margins here, and look at Air Force and where they're at the top of the conference.
7.28, that is an insane number. Even UNLV at 2.17, that's a really good number. Turnover margin just speaks to the veteran leadership they have on this Lady Rebels team.
And certainly you're going to see these margins right around 3, 4 for good teams in different conferences around the country. To see a team like Air Force at +7, that's unbelievable.
Insane.
Officials are going over to the table to check to make sure that this isn't more than just a common foul.
More than incidental contact. And one of the things Young told us is that one of her biggest improvements has been defending without fouling. Or just really trying to establish position, extended her arm there.
Trista Hull's got a little bit of size on Young, a little bit, 6'2".
It's that lowering the shoulder.
Yeah.
That really...
It's the down and then
the down
up.
movement and initiating the contact, lowering the shoulder into Young.
There's a little bit of me that wonders where's the contact near the face where we want to have Sherelle Blue come over. So Sherelle Blue came over to us and told us that is indeed what they're looking for.
And this is the fine line if you're Boise State, is they wanted to come out aggressive, but there's that line between being aggressive and just being out of control.
Of course, anything near the face, anything above the neck, basically,
Will get reviewed.
will get reviewed. As you take a look there at Desiree Young, and the reigning Player of the Year, preseason Player of the Year of the Mountain West. Just a tremendous player for them. And there was physicality before the ball came in, but that's what they're looking at.
And we're going to see this all night, the physicality, because these post players trying to establish position on both ends of the floor.
And the officials are talking it over now. So let's look at the rule here that they are reviewing. For an unsportsmanlike conduct foul. 2 shots, offended team will get the ball. Not a legitimate attempt to directly play the ball, excessive or unnecessary. That's one of the things that Sherelle Blue told us. And illegal contact by the swinging with the elbow. Now we'll get the word here. So it's going to be just an offensive foul, just a common foul.
That's the right call.
I think it's the right call.
It was just a basketball play. 2 players trying to really establish position. Young trying to hold her ground there in the post and play hole straight up.
UNLV on a 7-0 run, looking to extend it here. Boise State has not scored in the last 90 seconds plus. This is Justice Etheridge.
And look at the double on Young.
And we got a whistle and a 3-second violation is going to be called against Young.
Right now, Boise State trying to make it super difficult on Young in the lane, being super physical with her, throwing different defenders at her.
You can count on one hand how many 3-second violations you get a year these days.
Yes, you won't see that called a lot. Now in a zone, UNLV. 2-3.
Something they looked like they were going to do. Shoot around today as Booker comes in transition. Strong move to the hoop, going from the left side to the right. And it's a 9-0 run now for the Rebels.
That's what makes Booker so difficult to guard, her shiftiness in transition off that steal.
Booker, nearly 13 points per game. The Rebels start to build a little bit of separation after a good early start for the Broncos.
I like the Lady Rebels' decision to go to his own, switch up the defenses.
Kick it outside, 3-point attempt is good. They need that. Hurricane arrow from downtown. Only shoots it at 21% from out there, and that's what this team needs to do better, is just hit shots from the outside.
They need to be able to play inside out, find the open shooters on those kickouts.
Boise State with a takeaway here. And there's a takeaway right back for UNLV. Durazo Frescas to the rim, goes to the left hand, draws the foul. She'll go to the line.
UNLV right now just doing a nice job jumping the passing lanes in this zone defense. Durazo Frescas just literally intercepts that ball. And again, the shiftiness, change of pace to be able to draw the foul in transition.
Durazo Frescas out of Newport Beach, the 5'7" sophomore. The all-freshman team last year. You know, we talked about the young players for Boise State. She's a great young player for this UNLV team.
She is definitely part of the future of this Lady Rebels program. And you look even what she did last year. She shot 44% from 3.
When you look around this UNLV team, and it goes to show you what Lindy LaRock has been able to do as we get it over and back here. And they go right back to the Rebels.
And this full court pressure is causing issues right now for Boise State. And I like the move to go to it because the Broncos have such a young team, just throwing different defensive looks and mixing it up constantly.
Boise State with 7 turnovers, UNLV with 3 so far.
Keep in mind the Broncos start 2 freshmen. Now Boise State in the zone.
Skip pass to Essence. Booker drives it in, draws contact, and it's rejected. Going back up with it after the offensive rebound is Desi Young. And she's going to the foul line.
Young's so quick to get that ball back up. And after the great block by Abby Muse, fantastic defensive instincts. Her ability to block without fouling.
Annie Osley committing the foul. Young to the foul line here. Shoots it at 66% from the stripe. This is short on the first.
And And literally, if there's any knock on Young's game, it's just she needs to improve a little bit at the free throw line and possibly extend her range out to the three-point line. But she has such a thorough game.
As he did not have to go very far to go play college basketball, stays right here in Las Vegas.
And typically has her family in attendance at these home games.
She said it like where it was because she's got family kind of all over the Southwest, so folks can come in. Plus, if you're looking for a destination trip to go see someone in your family play,
it's an easy sell.
It's an easy sell to come to Vegas, isn't it? Looking down low into Young, pull up from inside the lane is good.
Young, her ability to hit anywhere in the paint and with such efficiency, 62% from the field. It's basically an automatic bucket from 10 feet and in.
And I was so impressed with the players she says she emulates or likes to potentially play like. You mentioned Kareem Abdul-Jabbar today.
Yeah, the baby hook.
The baby hook, she likes to put that in her game. We talked about loving Michael Jordan as we get a pull-up from
That's
inside.
right, she's wearing number 23.
From Essence Booker, yeah? Big-time fan. In fact, I don't think she mentioned any current players.
She did mention Asia Wilson from the Aces.
This is Aces night here in UNLV, and there's another charge attempt. There by Desi Young. Got to be careful.
This is the best I've seen Abby Muse play early in games. She is really aggressive right now in the paint and on that block.
Both those players, we talked about the other, of the matchup. They both have tremendous respect for one another. But when we both said, well, we know they're going to bring it. There's Muse with the block. She does that better than just about anybody in the country.
She has such long arms, and so she gives you a different look as a post defender.
There's a three-pointer in the corner, and here come the Broncos. Natalie Pasco with the three-pointer. She shoots it from 38% out there, and we've got a one-point game here in Vegas. On the take is Booker, lost it out of play, and it's going to stay with the Rebels.
How cool is this? Aces in attendance. Jackie Young, Asia Wilson, Becky Hammond. It's a good thing they're about half court away because I'm fangirling over here at the table. If there was right here, you might be finding another broadcast.
I gotta get Becky over here, Got an extra headset here for her. Have her join me through.
Well, especially because you're a big Spurs fan.
Big Spurs. Yeah. Desi Young committing the foul there. And you were talking to me about this earlier, that you're impressed about how Las Vegas really supports women's basketball. And we saw it with the WNBA championship.
But they also embrace UNLV, Lady Rebels ball. They have great crowds here.
Broncos looking to reclaim the lead here. They're working in the post to Muse. Muse backing it in. Inside. Nice moves down low. And what an old school game we're getting here tonight.
What great footwork by Abby Muse on that spinner, sealing her defender.
7-0 run here for Boise State. They've got a one-point lead.
You can just feel the defensive intensity right now.
Alyssa Brown. Kick it outside. Etheridge. Nice bounce pass. Down low to Brown. Another block there from Muse.
That's her third of the game.
Abby Muse. Defensive juggernaut for the Broncos.
Use her defensive instincts, and then watch this timing. And that was a stuff. Let's just get that out of here. That's like Dikembe Mutombo-like.
Gonna keep an eye out for a finger wag from Abby Muse.
The finger wag. They switch back to a man-to-man, UNLV.
We got a foul here.
And we'll see if at any point, too, the Lady Rebels decide to start denying that entry pass into Abby Muse.
American Narrow doing the inbounding here. Tatum Thompson goes up with it, kind of an off-balance shot. Here come the Rebels on the run. Here's Etheridge to the lane, wild shot, going for the reverse layup from the left side. And we get a whistle down low. It's turnover for UNLV. It's going back to the Broncos.
Gotta really watch UNLV in transition. They really like to push the tempo, and that's where they can catch this Boise State defense off guard.
Allie Heckman in for the Broncos now. Pressure in this backcourt here from the Rebels. Harry Kane narrow with the basketball. Out of Beaverton, Oregon. Pass deflected, just hands all over the place in this
Such
game.
active hands right now by UNLV. You have to make really sharp, crisp passes.
Kennedy Winfrey stops. Minute 15 to go, first quarter.
Nice help defense.
Up top, Brown off the mark, too strong. Broncos working inside to Muse. Good kick out. Off the mark on the three from Nero.
That's a great look, though. That inside-out, kick-out look. That's exactly what Boise State wants.
Working inside as Winfrey goes up, draws the contact. She's going to the line.
Shoot-around today, it was really stressed by Coach LaRock. We have to take this team very seriously. This is a good basketball team, despite what their record indicates.
The Winfrey to the stripe. Very short on that free throw attempt. It's at 67% on the season. Winfrey out of Canyon, Texas. Free throw good, 1 of 2 at the line. And we're tied at 16.
Pressure.
On the shot clock. Osler. Narrow inside to Lalak. Finds some room and puts it in. Boise State back in front by 2.
Lalak, she uses her body so well to create space and get the angle on that block that she wants.
Shot clock is off. Rebels playing for the last shot. UNLV just one of their last 7. On the drive. Miss, and we get a whistle.
Go the other way.
It's going back the other way. Foul is going to be on Alyssa Brown. Second foul on Brown, so the Broncos will have 5.9. Get off a final shot here. Narrow, 2 seconds. Across half court, Narrow's going to let it fly at the horn. Puts it in at the horn. What a run for the Broncos, closing things out on a 5-0 run. And after being down, go into the end of the first quarter, up 21-16.
Boise State a 12-1 run to close the first quarter, and Mary Canero coming up with 2 huge triples in this first part of the game.
We welcome those of you who've been watching Middle Tennessee and UAB to Las Vegas, Nevada for what's been a pretty fun first quarter here between Boise State and UNLV. Alex Savario alongside Kelly Burke. Glad to have you with us here at UNLV. It's 6-0 in Mountain West Conference play. Heavily favored going into today. But Boise State, a team with a lot of history, a team that's been to the NCAA tournament before, but it's a rebuilding time for them. They're trying to find their way, trying to get back to that. They need a game like this on the road to build that confidence for the future. What a great finish for that first quarter.
This is the exact start you want if you're Boise State, to have UNLV on their home floor, no less, on the ropes here early, up 5, and you're playing super aggressive, and you can just feel the momentum the Broncos have right now.
Let's reset here. UNLV got out to the lead. 16 points for UNLV. Let's take a look back at how we got here. The Broncos came out with the early strength, hitting some shots, working it inside. UNLV goes on a run. And then we started to see a lot of this from Abby Muse.
Abby Muse, she went to work inside. 8 early points. Alyssa Durazo-Frescas getting it going from 3. UNLV able to find some success. Desiree Young in the paint. But Mary score that really changed the momentum in favor of the Broncos.
UNLV finished the first quarter 1 of 8 from the field. No field goals in the final 4 minutes and change. Broncos, meanwhile, 12-1 run over the final 4 minutes and 14 seconds. They had trailed by 6 and now lead by 5 as we start the second quarter.
And one of the biggest concerns for Lindy Leroy about the Broncos is that they have a size advantage and that they're a very good rebounding team, and how they would exploit that against UNLV.
UNLV, a team that we talked about it here a little moment ago here, Kelly, is a team that probably should be receiving votes.
Definitely should be receiving votes. 16-2, 6-0 in conference. Best start since 1993.
You see Essence Booker working inside. UNLV looking for something here in the corner. Three-point attempt is off the mark. And he's going to head out of play and go to the Broncos. What's not working for UNLV right now?
UNLV, it's mainly on the defensive end. That's a good look. Kennedy Winfrey's a good three-point shooter, so that's an open look that they will take. But defensively, they have to do a better job with their post defense and making the entry passes hard into Lalott and Abby Muse.
Winfrey shoots at a very good 35% from downtown. And pressure's still coming UNLV on defense here. Broncos working inside. 10 on the shot clock here as they get it back to Mary King Narrow. Kick out right corner. 5 on the shot clock, just a little floater off the mark.
UNLV, they want to make this Bronco team one-dimensional and have to take those outside shots.
Bounce pass, again, another backdoor cut. This time, they were ready for Etheridge.
Lady Rebels, they move so well without the basketball.
So much moving. They'll work it down low in here. Kiana Wilford working down low there for UNLV. And now Hackman picks up the personal foul.
Boise State, every time a post player gets a paint touch, there's a defender coming and digging down. That time, though, getting the foul.
Miss on the first there from Wilford. Rebels again at 6-0 in Mountain West play. They were the Mountain West Conference representative in the NCAA tournament last year. Coach Lindy Leroy, Coach of the Year in her first season. Shot inside from Heckman, another miss.
The length of Wilfred really bothered that shot by Heckman.
Essence Booker. Etheridge launches from long range. Too strong off the heel.
The free ball's just not falling right now for UNLV.
Top of the key, 3, Heckman. Hard shot off the back iron. Another three-point attempt. This time left wing rattles in and out. Bounce off of the chin and out of play. Annie Osley just could not haul that one in. Let's go back to last year, UNLV, and take a look at this celebration. First time in the NCAA tournament in almost 20 years.
Talk about a program changer coming in, Lindy Leroy.
Beating Colorado State 75-65 in that title game before losing to Arizona in the opening round of the NCAA tournament.
Favorite to win it again.
Now it's about getting this UNLV team some national respect. So far, they got to take care of Boise State. That ball, again, bounces around. Active hands for the Broncos. And, boy, if you're Gordon, you got to be thrilled with the way your team's playing defensively.
You are ecstatic right now. And Boise State's done a really nice job in this second quarter, especially adjusting and denying those backdoor cuts that were a bonus for UNLV in that first quarter, really having success in those.
2 seconds of the shot clock. Just going to have to let it fly. Too short. We get a whistle.
Looks like it's off ball.
There is Gordy Presnell. Again, we talked about the success of this Broncos program here. And our colleague Chris Lewis called the Boise State women's basketball team's games for many years. And boy, what a team he got a chance to cover from for those years between 2015 through 2020. In fact, one of those years they didn't actually get to go to the NCAA tournament. I had the luxury of being here for that game against Fresno State in the championship here in Vegas, and they did not get to go in 2020 to the NCAA tournament. We'll step aside. Boise State out to a good start, 21-17. They lead it over the Rebels.
It's one of the many messages you're starting to see from athletes all across the sports spectrum here today, Kelly, about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., his message, and what lives on in terms of his legacy.
So much respect for Breonna Turner and all the athletes that are now unafraid to use their voices for positive change.
So 1 second on the shot clock here, and the inbound it and able to get a shot there on a reverse attempt there from Kennedy Winfrey. Comes up empty, and here come the Broncos.
UNLV back in a man-to-man. Look, Young back in the game with 2 fouls.
Something we'll be keeping an eye on here. Go bounce pass, look at the pass inside, just trying to keep that play alive was Trista Hall. Comes back the other way. Here's Young off the window and in, just lost to the defender in the air. Nice little subtle head fake.
Yeah. That's why Young is so good inside. Just that patience that she displays.
2-point game. And we're going to travel here.
A lot of people would consider putting Young back in a big gamble here with 6:50 left in the second quarter, but I like the move to try and get UNLV's offense going because they're so used to playing through her.
Danny Bays, the freshman from Brisbane, Australia, with the turnover there for Boise. It's her 11th turnover. Essence Booker, able to put it in. We're all knotted up at 21. And we're going to get a double dribble. That's turnover number 12 for the Broncos.
That's one of the areas that drives Boise State nuts, and a lot of that is the youth too. Those are unforced turnovers.
Broncos take a timeout here, tied at 21 with 6:28 to go here until halftime. And for all the things that we've said about Boise State playing well in this game at this point, we'll step aside here for a second 30-second break. Back in a moment here on CBS Sports Network. Back to live action here. UNLV up by 2 as the pressure continues, as the Broncos continue to have trouble returning the ball over. And now we get a 10-second violation.
And the full court pressure in that trap in the backcourt has really caused a lot of issues for Boise State.
That's turnover number 13 of this first half for the Broncos.
Justice Etheridge, the defensive stopper for the Lady Rebels, really wreaking havoc right now in the backcourt.
Jared Jackson with it now, looking for the back door. Floats one in to Booker, trying to get it back out. Jackson able to retrieve it before it can go into the backcourt. Jackson, kick out. Bounce pass, looking for the extra one, and it's out of play off of the Broncos. It'll stay with the Rebels with 12 on the shot clock. Active hands there from Annie Osley. Up top, Winfrey for 3, got it. Holds up the 3 fingers after dropping that one down. Winfrey hit from the outside. That's 3-pointer number 2 of this first half for the Rebels.
Winfrey, nice job being shot ready.
And on the other side, Boise State responds. Danny Bays from downtown. She shoots it at 37% from out there.
Well, and in conference play, she's shooting closer to 45%, so you have to find her in transition. She is Boise State's best 3-point shooter.
Back and forth they go. Rebels up by 2. Kick out. Another 3. Winfrey again, this time too strong. Rebound to the Broncos. They can tie or take the lead on this possession.
Keep in mind, these last 4 minutes, that's one of the keys for Boise State.
Work it inside, drawing the contact there. It's Lalott, and she's got free throws coming up.
Nice job, Lalott. Getting that entry pass, being decisive, going right up with it. A lot. She hasn't really played great in conference play. You have to think some of it, she got clocked in the nose early in conference play, just that adjustment to the face mask. Also, she's seen a lot of double teams.
Free throw good there from Lalott. Right wing for three. Too strong there from Booker. Offensive rebound, Rebels.
Little horn set.
Winfrey thought about it, decides to drive. A little runner, too strong off of the glass. Offensive rebound of the putback. Good play there from Kiana Wilfred.
Wilfred is giving UNLV some nice minutes coming in with Young in foul trouble.
Thought about the three, did Bays. Student section getting loud here in Vegas.
UNLV back in that 2-3 zone.
Baseline J, good. Lalott with a nice finish there.
Lalott and Muse, they have been so offensively engaged in this first half.
1 point game here in Vegas. Etheridge runs out of room on that double. And just a little miscommunication there. Jackson was looking for Etheridge in the corner, but Etheridge was driving in towards the bucket.
Help bail out the basketball.
Rebels up by one. Broncos looking to get it across here. 3.5 to play here, first half.
Look at Lalott trying to post up.
The whistle and another travel violation. A little happy feet after coming to a stop.
And those are the turnovers Boise State can't have. Especially Mary Kay Nero. She's one of the more experienced players on this team.
14 turnovers now for Boise State. 5 for UNLV. We talked about that +7 of Air Force. They would get that average closer to that if this keeps up.
Well, right now, 18 points for UNLV have come off those turnovers.
Drive to the bucket. Strong move. Could not finish, though. But look at the hustle there from UNLV. Essence Booker coming up with it. Now to the corner. Etheridge. Too strong on that one. Into Muse. And a traveling violation called against Muse. Turnover number 15 for Boise State.
Muse, she was trying to go to her drop step, but good defense, too, by Young, applying the pressure.
I have to say, I really like the coaching staff attire over at UNLV. Going with the blazer, blazer, but with the hoodie underneath the blazer as the dress shirt. The post-COVID coaching fashion.
Yeah, I like the statement it's making. Nice pass.
Work it inside. Drawing the contact there is Winfrey. Free throws coming up.
And Winfrey, she's done a nice job. She's that three-point threat who can stretch the floor at that 4 spot, but she's done a nice job attacking the basket. She didn't have a lot of options there. She was so far under the basket, but able to draw the foul despite how deep she was under.
She has 2 shots.
Apparently she has 2 shots, according to the student section behind us. Free throw good there from Winfrey.
1.
She's got 5. Another free throw coming up here. She's 1 of 5 from the field so far in this first half. I mentioned what a good 3-point shooter she is. So far, just 1 of 3 from out there. She's made both those free throws on that trip. 3 of I beg your pardon, 3 of 4 from the foul line for her.
Well, Winfrey, she's seen extended playing time tonight, too, with Alyssa Brown being in foul trouble with 2.
Good ball movement here from Boise State. 3-pointer on the wing, off the mark. UNLV, such a good defensive rebounding team. Booker with it up high. Under 2 minutes here in the first half. Three-pointer on the wing. Off the mark that time.
The 3 ball just isn't falling right now for UNLV. They're getting really great looks.
They're just 2 of 10 from downtown. Work it inside.
She sealed really well. She just couldn't finish.
On that pull-up, Jasmine Lott couldn't come up with it. Boise State down by 3, 1:12 to go. Into Muse. Look at some post moves there.
I thought she was going to go off glass, but had a tough angle, was too far on the baseline.
Ends up going over the rim there. Back to UNLV, looking to extend it here, less than a minute to go. Pull up, off the mark, Muse with a rebound.
Both teams do such a nice job on the defensive boards.
Osley to Muse. Trying to work it inside, deflected, goes out of play. Make sure to stay with us here after these 30 seconds. And stay with us for AT&T 5G at the half. We'll go to the highlights and more coming your way here in just a bit. AT&T 5G at the half. 30 seconds to go. Boise State basketball under their own hoop. Muse catches it. Drive. That's a bunny right there for her usually. And we got a foul on the other side. Muse commits it.
That's just a frustration foul, as Muse had a fantastic look. That's 2 bunnies now between Lolat and Muse. Just haven't been able to finish at the rim despite really good looks. And against UNLV, you have to be able to finish those baskets and those plays.
Just the first foul on Muse, the junior out of Brentwood, California. Believe it or not, she's considered small in her family at 6'3".
Has a sister that's going to UCLA, committed to them, 6'6". Both of her parents play professional basketball.
She's actually born in Portugal. She does not speak any Portuguese. Ten seconds to go. Drive, miss. Boise State's got it. They've got 2 seconds. Try to get a shot off. See if they do. Throwing it up at the horn. Too strong off of the window. And that'll do it for the first half of play. Boise State with a ton of turnovers. 15 in the first half there for the Broncos, but they are within 3 on the road at UNLV. So things to be pleased about if you're Gordy for Boise State. Big time plays from both teams. Broncos hanging on, trailing by 3. We're at halftime. And we welcome you back to Las Vegas, Nevada. A shot of the Strip here tonight. And on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we wrap up our coverage with UNLV up 30-27 over Boise State at halftime earlier today. For the 41st year downtown, they had their Martin Luther King Jr. parade. As you take a look there, they braved in the elements too, because it was
raining, yeah, cold.
And it was cold here in Vegas, colder than usual, but look at the turnout to celebrate the life and the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Some of those folks have made it inside here at the Cox Pavilion, here on the campus of UNLV. Watch some exciting women's college basketball action. Hi, everybody. Welcome to courtside. Alex Sabario alongside Kelly Burke. And Kelly, I have to say, to be honest, I'm a little surprised at the margin, especially considering UNLV came in so hot at 6-0 in conference play. Boise has turned it over 15 times, but we got a 3-point game.
They're within 3, and that's even despite UNLV have scored 20 points off those turnovers. And a lot of that is Boise State. They attacked early offensively. Their post players got UNLV into early foul trouble. Desiree Young, 2 personal fouls. Alyssa Brown, 2 personal fouls. And they had to take a seat on the bench for significant parts of that first half.
Both of these teams were going to come out playing in the post. 2 very old school style offenses. We'll start with Abby Muse of Boise State. She was tremendous to get the scoring going early for the Broncos.
Muse was engaged, and she was aggressive offensively. Great post moves, 4 of 7 from the field, 8 points going right at Alyssa Brown and Desiree Young, and unafraid of the contact that was coming. For UNLV, balanced scoring. Desiree Young, 5 points, but she's only shot it 3 times in this game because of that foul trouble. Justice Etheridge, 6 points. Essence Booker, 6 points. So the guard play of UNLV stepping up in that first half. And Booker was an issue, especially when she would get downhill.
Desiree Young only played 9 minutes and 14 seconds in that first half. They're looking for more from her. She's got to stay out of foul trouble, though. Second half coming your way next here from Las Vegas, Nevada. Rebels up by 3.
In the field of sports, it is impossible not to feel the impact of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's work. We hear his voice in that of the modern athlete, echoing the dignity and strength of those who came before us. This monumental day features the next generation of athletes who continue to live by the example he set. That's why we honor and celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
Here in Las Vegas, Nevada, where they just celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day for the 41st consecutive year with a parade in downtown. And as the evening comes to a close, UNLV with a 30-27 lead over Boise State in a big-time Mountain West Conference women's college basketball matchup. Alex Ovario alongside Kelly Burke. Let's take a look at some of the first half stats in this one. And the jarring thing is going to be that 15 turnovers there from Boise State, but the fact that we're there in 3, that's just tremendous.
The 20 points off turnovers, really a fantastic defensive effort from Boise State in that first half. And they did a great job on the offensive end of really attacking Desiree Young inside of Alyssa Brown, trying to get them into early foul trouble. You look at the rebound battle being won +5 right now by Boise State. So doing a lot of things right. UNLV, how about this? 9 assists on 11 made baskets. They had 7 more shot attempts than Boise State, but just not able to convert.
How about this in terms of making shots? Boise State was 1 of 5 at the end of the first half. As we look at what went down at halftime, the WNBA World Champions, the Las Vegas Aces. It is Aces night here in Vegas, being recognized at half court. Becky Hammond in attendance. Kind of fangirling out a little bit.
I'm totally fangirling out over here.
As Boise State with the basketball to start things off. Okay, what was said in the locker room? Let's start with the Broncos.
Well, the Broncos keep doing what we're doing and keep being aggressive offensively, really attacking in the post.
Muse with the baseline J. After the offensive rebound, she cuts to the hoop. Another bunny miss there from Muse. This is not like her.
Broncos, they have to be able to finish at the hoop.
Here on the other side, baseline J, another miss. UNLV, 1 of their last 11 from the field. They closed the end of the first quarter, 1 of 11. UNLV closed the end of the first half, 1 of 10. And another miss here on this end of things for the Broncos. UNLV lines up for the 3, short that time. Shots just hard to come by here in Vegas today.
Well, in UNLV, they've relied so much on the 3 in this game with Young in foul trouble, but they need to get back to playing through the paint, playing through Desiree Young.
There is Becky Hammond, the head coach of the WNBA World Champion Las Vegas Aces, longtime assistant in San Antonio. Now people wonder if she's the heir to Greg Popovich's throne in San Antonio.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. She is quite the basketball mind.
Bounce pass down low. Nice. Gets it to go. That's Elodie Lalonde.
Lalonde doing a nice job, really taking advantage of Alyssa Brown. 2 fouls going right at her.
All right, on the other side of things, we talked about the Broncos conversation at halftime. What about UNLV as Young misses the layup there?
UNLV get back to playing through the paint, defend without fouling.
Transition opportunity. Maya Hansen with the finish. Good give-and-go offense there from Boise State, and they're back up 1.
And then play with tempo. They like to push the pace. Nice backup cut.
Lays it up. Count the basket of the foul. Alyssa Durazo-Frescas with the finish. And she's going to go to the line, trying to complete the three-point play.
The guard play of UNLV does such a nice job. That off-ball movement, backdoor cuts, and catching the freshman, had a freshman on her. Durazo-Frescas converting. Then the other way, Maya Hansen in transition, beating all the Lady Rebels down the floor.
Durazo-Frescas set a Newport Beach, the sophomore. Gets the lead back to the Rebels. They're up 2. And down low, it's Lalat.
Double team coming that time from Alyssa Brown.
This is Justice Etheridge. Up top, three-point attempt, Alyssa Brown. Too strong, ball tapped out into the hands of Abby Muse.
Nice job, Lalat, tipping it to Muse to get away from Young.
Muse thought about it. Decides to take it inside, drives it in on Young. Now, Young not a shot blocker like Muse is.
No, that's exactly why Boise State wants to attack her. They felt like that was an area they could exploit because Young does not shot block well.
She even talked about in terms of fouling. She did a lot of that early in her career. She fouls a lot less. You have to wonder if that becomes in her mind a little bit after picking up those 2 fouls.
Well, more than anything, what it starts to affect is you become less aggressive when you're on the court, worried about picking up that 3rd foul.
Tied at 33. Get it back to Muse. Muse going to attack to the block. Bounce pass to the cutter. Ball is loose. It's in the hands of Essence Booker. They've got a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Booker, off-balance shot, and a foul is called.
Essence Booker going to the Euro step.
Kind of took a weird route on that drive.
I thought she was going to go left. Decided to go right.
Well, I don't think there was any room to go left. Take a look here.
Yeah, cutting off the left side, Maya Hansen, so she has to go right. She wanted to go left, but...
That was a little bit of a bailout, if you ask me. Free throw is good. UNLV back up 1. Foul, by the way, on Hansen was her 2nd. UNLV back up by 2. Essence Booker 2 of 2 at the line.
UNLV, this full court pressure. They want to speed the Broncos up.
Out to the corner, 3-point attempt, short. Muse taps it out. We got a whistle, and it's a loose ball foul.
Over the back, Abby
Over
Muse.
the back on Muse.
Good box out by Desiree Young, who is an elite rebounder. It's a 2-point lead for the Rebels. With a basketball here, this is Jackson. Left side, 3. Buried it. Alyssa Brown from downtown. The Rebels have been just 2 of 14 before that shot. Muse inside, got position, finishes that time. Muse has done a really nice job. She goes right up after she gets that pass, right up with it into Young.
Offense starting to pick up in this game. We're going to whistle a little tie up here. The 2 23s getting locked up underneath the basket. Elodie Lalat for Boise, Desiree Young for the Rebels.
Well, this has been a fun battle to watch inside. Both 23s trying to battle for position. Young, look at how low she gets, trying to take up a lot of space to get tangled up. But Lalat, she is really frustrating Young right now.
I actually kind of thought that was a foul on Young. Young able to put it inside and score, increases the lead to 5. Young starting to get involved. She's got 7. Little runner of the lane, in and out. Fight for it. Offensive rebound, Boise State. Lalott able to put it in.
Lalott, she's done a nice job finishing on those putbacks. Trying to deny the entry pass into Young.
Brown looking for that back door. Good defense that time there from Hansen. Step back outside for the 3. Eliza Durasco-Frescas from downtown.
Durasco-Frescas, she has such a quick trigger. You cannot give her an inch of space.
It's her second 3. She's got 10 in the game. Ball deflected out of play. It will stay with the Broncos. UNLV now up by 6.
UNLV, they've done a nice job of speeding up Boise State, forcing them to take quick shots.
Durasco-Frescas, the first UNLV player into double figures, and Muse looking to get a blocking foul down low. Called on Young, who again tried to take an offensive foul.
Young, she's really trying to sell it, too.
That's 3 on Young.
Just trying not to give up any ground.
They decide to keep her in with 3 fouls. Foul called there on Kiera Jackson. Step aside, UNLV up by 6 here in Vegas.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
And we welcome you to fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. UNLV with a 43-37 advantage on Boise State. Rebels out to a 6-0 lead in conference play at the top of the conference after making the NCAAW tournament last year. You see Desiree Young, field goal percentage leaders in the conference. Struggling tonight, though, because she's been playing with foul trouble throughout the game.
Struggling, yet she's still 60% from the field. She just hasn't had the shot attempts, 3 of 5. She actually was 6 out of 6 the other night against New Mexico in the first half. She has less shot attempts tonight.
Kick out here with 9 on the shot clock. Back inside to Lalott, trying to get it across the lane there to Muse, and there's another takeaway here from UNLV. Turnover number 16. Beg your pardon, 17 now for Boise.
Lalott, she really needed to take that shot. She was too unselfish in giving it off to Muse.
Here's Jackson going baseline. Turnaround, off the mark, offensive rebound, Booker. Back out from way outside, Durasco-Frescas. Buries one from downtown. Don't tell me she was struggling earlier in the season from the outside. That was Steph Curry territory. Hitting that one from Paradise, Nevada.
Durasco-Frescas, she's been on fire the last 3 games.
Hansen on the baseline, returns the favor here with a 2-pointer. Boise State trying to keep this one close. Outside, another 3, Winfrey this time, short. A rebound to Boise State. Here comes Nera. Backdoor cut this time from Hansen. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, I guess, but couldn't finish that time. That goes back to UNLV.
Durasco-Frescas, always a threat. She could be at half court and that thing could still have gone in. Durasco-Frescas, she has been absolutely lights out from the 3-point line these last 3 games.
I love her game.
Shot ready at all times.
Good drive, got contact and able to finish is Essence Booker.
Essence Booker, when she gets downhill with that right hand, she is so dangerous to stop.
And the Rebels start to play with a ton more confidence right now.
Back in the 2-3 zone.
And that hoop starting to look a little bit wider. Look at that takeaway there from Brown, just snatching it out of the air from Abby Muse. Left side, 3-point attempt. How about another 3? Kiara Jackson from downtown. Timeout, Broncos.
UNLV starting to heat up from distance. Only 2 threes in that first half. They've hit 4, and we're not even through the third. UNLV, Essence, Booker, as they doubled in.
Tomorrow night at 11:30 Eastern, get in on the conversation as the ladies of We Need to Talk take a deep dive into the latest sports headlines and highlights right here on CBS Sports Network. Our head coach, Lindy LaRock, a brand new mother back in November, welcomed her first child, along with her husband, Dan Cunningham. Ellie Cunningham, the first child for Coach LaRock, and you know, it didn't take long for her to have the child on November the 3rd before she was back on the floor coaching 8 days later.
8 days, that's unbelievable. It reminds me a lot of the former legendary ASU women's coach.
There is Ellie right there.
And Ellie's in attendance. She's staying up late tonight to
Staying
take
up
this in.
late, yeah.
Wants to see a Lady Rebel win.
So far, so good here for the Rebels. Boise State trying to keep it going here, trying to stay in this one.
Oh, nice on the curl. Bays.
They missed with the air ball, hit only the net, but underneath the rim. Jump shot, another offensive rebound, up and good. Danny Bays able to put it up and in.
It was a nice job following that miss.
Two minutes to play, third quarter.
Here comes the double.
Young. 9 on the shot clock, takes it in. We're going to whistle and a foul on the floor. Called against the Broncos.
Young, so tough to defend because she can go with either hand and finish at the rim, that time with the left.
Young battles in the free throw. That foul called on Trista Hall. He's got 2 fouls.
Extended pressure from the Lady Rebels.
12-point lead here for the Rebels.
Good defense, Alyssa Brown.
Pull up. Miss on the shot, but we have a foul. It's Tatum Thompson, a freshman on this Boise State team. Boy, you can see the future is bright.
5 freshmen that are playing significant minutes and account for 48% of this offense.
Gordy told us in shoot-around, he's like, look, we're going to take our lumps. We know that. And he says the hardest thing is getting our young players to understand that, hey, you're getting valuable experience.
And reps.
That this isn't going to be forever. And sometimes that's the hardest thing for younger players to understand. So we're going to drive, miss. Young with the offensive rebound. Second effort is good, and that's what she does. The reigning player of the year, the preseason player of the year, averaging 18 and 10. Increases this UNLV lead again.
And just a human vacuum on the boards.
Under a minute to play, third. Narrow, finds some room inside. A little baby hook inside, can't finish.
With Muse and Lola on the bench, that's the problem for for Boise State right now. Where's that offense going to come from?
Young showing off those post moves.
Young starting to get in a rhythm down low.
Boy, it's so refreshing to watch back to the basket play.
You just don't see it a lot in women's basketball. The traditional post player. So much of the game now is face up. Desi Ray Young, so tough, can finish with either hand. The double team comes late. and off glass for the finish. She is a load inside.
Now she's headed to the bench after picking up her 4th foul. Something to watch for sure. Offensive rebound inside. The putback is good. Trista Hall taking advantage of Young heading to the bench. Boise State's going to need some stops. Then they're going to need to stop turning it over. And they're going to need some made shots. Tall task against the team right at the top of the Mountain West. Another three-pointer, Alyssa Brown from downtown.
Brown, she's a matchup problem because she's a stretch forward. She can hit that three-point shot.
60-43 our score. The 7th three-pointer there for UNLV as the Rebels put some separation here between themselves and the Broncos, and they did it with the outside shot, closing the quarter on a 9-2 run. Rebels up big. UNLV with a heck of a third quarter, now up by 17 on the Broncos of Boise State, who look to go to 7-0 in the Mountain West Conference play. 60-43 our score here in Vegas. And you can catch the men's Runnin' Rebels squad in action on Saturday night as they prepare for a battle in Bulldog territory against Fresno State. Tip-off begins at 6 Eastern, and it's right here on CBS Sports Network.
UNLV, they blitzed Boise State in that third quarter, trading 2s for 3s.
UNLV outscoring Boise State 30-16 in that third quarter.
Half of those 30 points, too, coming from the three-point line.
7 of 19 from downtown in the game for UNLV. They started off pretty cold.
Yeah, they were 2 for 10 in the first half.
Kenny Bays. UNLV starting with Desiree Young on the bench with 4 fouls. Opportunity here for Boise State to trim the deficit down. Bays running out of time, drives it, loses it out of play. It's last touch, Rebels. Will stay with the Broncos with just 2 on the shot clock here.
Bays trying to get downhill, but nice job. Booker breaking that up, and what she wanted to be was easy lay-in.
And we're going to whistle before the inbounds here. It's going to be a foul called against the Rebels. And that'll make it a
nice bailout.
They'll bail out in more ways than one. It's 20 seconds up on the shot clock now. They don't got to rush anything now.
They need to play through a lot.
Shot, fake. Shot attempt, no. Nine minutes to go.
Well, NLV the luxury of being able to run some clock here.
Winfrey with 5. With 2, gotta hurry. Step back, get it off in time, rattles it in. Coach Brestol says no, that there's no way he got it off. She got it off in time. I think he's got a case, to be honest with you.
I'd be interested to see that shot clock buzzer wasn't late.
Left side, 3 in the corner, miss. Offensive rebound, and the putback is good there from Lalott.
Lalott, she's been really efficient on those putbacks today. This is one of the best games she's played in conference. Had really struggled.
And losing the handle there is Booker. Has to go retrieve it, stopped her dribble. So Winfrey will bail her out. A lot of movement away from the basketball. Off of the knee and out of play. And it's going back to the Broncos.
Jackson, she was trying to come off that curl, had her man beat, but off of her foot.
Let's take a look back to see if Booker got it off in time. Oh, that's close.
Super close.
We'd have to see that slower. Low to pass.
Nice pass, touch pass.
High pass into Lalott this time. Lost it, taken away. Durazo Frescas on the break. Gonna take it inside, try for the Euro step herself, and we're gonna get a blocking foul there on Osley.
Osley did her best, but that Euro step.
Maya Hansen coming back in here for the Broncos. As Narrow will come out.
The guard play of UNLV has really done a nice job pushing in transition to get to the free throw line.
Razo Frescas connecting from the foul line. Here is Desi Ray Young, sitting on the bench watching her team kind of build the lead. Right at the moment, kind of really no reason to put her back in the game.
No, I mean, she was super efficient, but this team really found their offense in the third quarter.
Time ticks down. You think maybe we should go under 3? Put her back in for
maybe, yeah, maybe even under 5.
But if the scores holds up, I mean, it's 18. Drive to the bucket and scoring. Lolat says, no, Alex, we're cutting it down.
Lolat, she has been so physical inside and a bear to defend for UNLV. And here we go. Here's Young coming in.
And they'll toss it away. Kennedy Winfrey, a little miscommunication there as Young comes back in.
Elodie Lolat has been an absolute load in the post, going right at Alyssa Brown, sealing her off, forcing Desi Ray Young to come back in this game to be able to handle her physicality.
15 points for Lolat. Boise State trying to trim it down. UNLV up big, looking to move to 7-0 in the Mountain West. You'll notice a change in the score. 2 points coming off the UNLV score ticker there. It's now 61-47 with 6:51 to go in the fourth. Get ready for a star-studded showdown as historically black colleges and universities team up with CBS Sports for the second annual HBCU All-Star Game. Watch the best from around the nation compete live from Houston, Sunday, April 2nd at 4 Eastern on CBS and streaming live on Paramount+.
Boise State, I am going right at Desi Ray Young so that she can possibly foul out of this game. Get the ball to Elodie Lolat.
Trying to work it inside, they do into Lolat. Goes up with it, puts it in. Young right there, good position defensively, kind of dangerous territory there, if you ask me.
She just can't be as physical with Lolat because she doesn't want to draw that 5th foul.
And they've been physical, and they continue to be here on the offensive end of the floor for the Rebels. This is Young with it here, and playing with 4 fouls. Turn on the shot clock. They'll get it to Young. Here comes the double. Up top, Winfrey for 3. Got it!
UNLV, they're making Boise State pay on those double teams, finding the open shooter on the kick out.
Kennedy Winfrey from downtown, lead back up to 15 for the Rebels. Hansen, dual runner, is short, and a foul called. Hansen's going to the free throw line.
It has been a battle inside. Elodie Lolat and Desi Ray Young going at it, and watch Lolat try an established position here on Young. Some banging going on, gets the ball inside, and then up on the turnaround. Lolat, this is the best game she's played in conference play. Getting her confidence back up has been huge. She's really struggled since Mountain West play started.
17 points, 6 rebounds tonight for Lolat, 8 of 11 from the field. And just a tremendous job of agitating Young.
She's been physical with her, and she's forced her to really establish position, frustrated her with the physicality and the strength.
Razo Frescas loses her defender, misses on the drive. Broncos with the rebound. They'll dish it off here. Here comes Maya Hansen. Heckman.
Lolat is the one player on the floor who can match the strength of Desi Ray Young.
I'll reset here with 10 on the shot clock. This is Hansen. Off the screen, Osley. She'll pull up from inside the circle. Missed short. Whistle, foul underneath. It's going to be an over-the-back foul called against the Broncos. It'll be against Heckman.
Nice job, Justice Etheridge on the box out. UNLV, one of the best defensive rebounding teams in the country.
Winfrey. Brazo Frescas from way outside. Too long on that shot. 4.5 to play. Broncos looking to chip away here. Drive to the bucket. A foul is called. More free throws coming up here for Boise State.
Annie Osley coming in hot, speeding down that lane in transition. Boise State, the defender, Winfrey, gets there late. Really just a touch foul. UNLV fans hate it.
Did not like it. That's 3 fouls on Kennedy Winfrey. Kind of a sarcastic wry smile from Coach LaRock there.
Mainly because Osley blew right by her.
Lead is down to 11. Work it inside to Young. Young misses, and we're going to get a foul, and now free throws coming up here for Young. As LaLotte commits the personal, that's her third.
One area that Young's really taking advantage of, even though LaLotte has the strength to play with her, Young beating her with her pure speed. Watch the way she seals going to her left hand, and all LaLotte can do in that situation is foul.
Good on the free throw there from Young. The lead is back to 12. Young averaging a double-double tonight. Just 3 rebounds to go along with 15 points.
She's done it in 19 minutes of work, though.
The lead is 13 for the Rebels. Broncos running out of time. They had a lead at the end of the first quarter, then a single-digit second quarter. Kind of spelled doom for them. Trying to stay alive here. What post moves down low? You know, we talked about Muse and Young in the open, but what an effort from Elodie LaLotte.
This has been her coming out party in league play. She was seeing a lot of double teams in non-conference and was really frustrated by it.
Turnaround. Essence Booker with the finish.
And that 1-2 punch in the post, LaLotte and Muse, that could be dangerous here the rest of Mountain West play.
Pull up from inside the circle, in and out. Trista Hull with the miss. Broncos running out of possessions. Young still playing with 4 fouls. Able to stay in the game. Under 3 minutes to go now. Etheridge draws contact. She's got free throws coming up for her.
Etheridge, the shiftiness, going to her left hand, and the help defense has to come over of Trista Hull to deny what would have been an easy layup.
Foul on Osley, her third.
One of the things that's really impressed me about this UNLV team and what Coach LaRock has built is how well she's recruited right here in Las Vegas. There is some real talent locally, Justice Etheridge among them.
Miss on the free throw there. Lead still 13. Again, Broncos running out of time. Osley. Off the screen, left side. Narrow, back out, 5 on the shot clock. Got to get a shot up in the air. And a foul is called on Brown. That'll be her third. Free throws coming up here for the Broncos.
Nice job, Trista Hall, too, recognizing that shot clock was running down and she needed to go up with that.
You know, the Broncos, the Rebels fans have not been happy with the last few trips down the floor with free throws. But Boise State's only attempted 8 free throws. They're going to get to 10 here with these 2 attempts. The Rebels have attempted 21 free throws.
A large part of that, Desiree Young. And also the guard play in transition. They really push the tempo and are able to draw a lot of fouls before that half-court defense can get set.
Still an 11-point game. We approach the 2-minute mark. Rebels in control. Nice backdoor cut. Great feed there from Young. And Etheridge with the finish.
Justice Etheridge, she is textbook on that backdoor cut.
2 minutes to play. This is Hansen running out of room.
Etheridge has done a really nice job, too, on Maya Hansen, the freshman tonight, shutting her down.
Hansen lost the handle of it. Another turnover for the Broncos, and that's going to be the story that they'll talk about in film. 20 turnovers now for the Broncos.
And Etheridge, her movement without the basketball is a thing of absolute beauty.
So UNLV trying to put the finishing touches on a 7-0 start in Mountain West play. It's their first ever 6-0 start since they joined the Mountain West. They haven't been 6-0 in conference play as a program since back in '93 when they were in the Big West. Baseline Jay. Durazo Frescas just may have put a dagger into this one.
Durazo Frescas has absolutely played lights out these last 3 games.
UNLV about to improve to 16-0 when they score 69 or more points this season. Well, there is a magic number when it comes to UNLV.
69 points. When they score over that, unbeaten this season.
Let's take a look what's ahead here for UNLV. Coach LaRock was telling us that, we've got a pretty tough stretch here coming up on Thursday, Saturday, and then today with Wyoming and Colorado State on the road. That's always a tough 2-step right there in the Mountain West.
Brutal road stretch with those 2.
See Durazo Frescas get a nice ovation as she heads to the bench as Etheridge going to the free throw line here with a minute to go. Now, we're talking about the attire of the coaching staff and Coach LaRock. It is
a nod to Becky Hammond.
Yeah, who was in attendance today. That's kind of her look.
We should have picked up on that earlier.
Yeah, we were really focused kind of on the game.
Well, we were fangirling over Becky Hammond as well.
Over Becky, and she wasn't in her traditional blazer and hoodie, so I'm going to give us a pass. 3-point attempt. Hansen for 3. Got it. 12-point game, but Boise State running out of time. That's the 5th 3-pointer for Boise State as they take a timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Back in Vegas in a moment. (72-60) UNLV trying to put the finishing touches on their 7th conference victory. Well, we had Becky Hammond in the building tonight as the Aces were honored here at UNLV. And now let's look back in July as UNLV making it to the NCAA tournament. They were honored at half court at the Aces game. So a lot of synergy between...
I love that these 2 teams support each other.
Under 49 seconds to play. A lot of support between the women's program here at UNLV and the Aces. We saw the shots earlier from the parade. And so many people here in the Vegas community coming out and supporting the Aces. And, that a lot of people don't realize for Becky Hammond, former coach of the Spurs, the Aces used to be the Stars she played for. So even though new ownership, new location, it's interesting to see what she's been able to do coming over from San Antonio, coaching in the WNBA, and winning a championship just like that.
In her first season. Very full circle.
Another turnover there for the Broncos. Foul committed down low by a lot with 34.7 to play. And speaking of the Broncos a bit, we talked about the youth of this team. We talked about Abby Muse. We talked about the success that they had between 2015 and 2020, going to the NCAA tournament 5 of 6 years. You can see that the program is headed back to that direction as you see what's ahead here for the Broncos.
So much
started off 2-0 in
talent.
conference play, lost the last 2, but you can see where they're headed.
This is one of those games, even though they likely are not going to win it, the Broncos, this can be the turning point of this season, something they can really build off of.
Especially with the way they started. 21 turnovers for Boise. That's something they certainly want to improve on.
Boise State, though, I'll tell you what's a win in this game. 34 points in the paint. They've actually outscored UNLV in the paint by 10 in this game.
And that's with Muse. I don't want to say Muse having an off game, but just 12 points. And I would say it's quiet 12 points from Muse.
A lot of the damage from Muse, 8 of those 12 coming in the first half.
The 23.7 to play as UNLV continuing to show the rest of the country that you better recognize the Rebels.
They better be getting some votes in that top 25 poll. They deserve to. What a start for these Lady Rebels. They're legit.
They'll just run out the clock here in Las Vegas. They had never been 6-0 in the Mountain West. They've certainly never been 7-0 until right now, as Coach Lindy LaRock, the new mother as of November. Well, she's the mother of a pretty good program here at UNLV right now, a team that made the NCAA tournament. At 17-2, it's their best start since 92-93. And for the basketball fans here in Vegas, the men playing the way they've been playing, the women playing the way that they're playing, UNLV basketball is back
in a big way.
We're back to wrap it up here from Las Vegas. UNLV picks up the victory over Boise State, 7-0 in the Mountain West. (73-61) the final here in Las Vegas. UNLV Lady Rebels off to their best start since the 92-93 season, now 7-0 in Mountain West Conference play. Welcome back courtside. Alex Tobar alongside Kelly Burke. And Kelly, you know, this game started off very close. Boise State felt a lot of energy. They knew that they were going to try to get a win, but still a very young team. And UNLV really impressed me with the way they played in the second half.
UNLV, they blitzed Boise State in that third quarter. And what the Lady Rebels do so well is they magnify your weaknesses. 31 points off of 21 Boise State turnovers, and they took full advantage in that third. The other thing that really impresses me about this UNLV squad is that they can win in different ways. Desiree Young, she was in foul trouble for most of that first half, even into the third quarter, and the guard play stepped up.
Certainly stepped up, and UNLV now out to another tough stretch on the road, taking on Colorado State and Wyoming. But for now, the celebration is on in Las Vegas here on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Our final score here from Vegas, 73-61. For our producer, Martin Tarr, and Kelly Burke, and our entire CBS crew, my name is Alex Obario, saying so long from Las Vegas, Nevada. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. So long, and viva Las Vegas.